What is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another full card predictions for UFC 294, Makhachev versus Volkanovski 2, and that is going to be a firefight. The first one was amazing. I watched it back. It was super close. Then we got Khamzat Chimaev versus Kamaru Usman. Paulo Costa fell off, so now we got this great fight, and man, is that going to be an excellent fight. And other than that, we got 11 other really good fights on this card. We got 13 fights. We got some really good betting spots. I'm going to have 7 bets on this card for the first time in probably a year and a half that I've had more than 5, but I'm not going to leave money on the table, man. There's too many good spots on this card. I already have one max bet. We'll get into that in a little bit, but it's just going to be a really good card. It's going to be fun to watch. It starts early in the morning, so me and Johnny K Picks are going to do our live show on Friday night. And it's just going to be a good week. It's going to be a good week of MMA, and then we're going to have a week off, which will be cool. Everybody, if you can, please smash that like button for me. Please hit the subscribe button if you already haven't, and leave a comment to help the algorithm. Let me know that you guys like what I'm doing here so I can keep doing it. But other than that, man, we're going to do a quick recap of UFC Vegas 81, and then we'll get right into these UFC Vegas or UFC 294 bets. UFC Vegas 81, I went 3-2 on my bets for plus 0.15 units. Not a big night, but not a losing night. I'll take it. That card was kind of wild. 3 winning bets. I had Darren Elkins at plus 160. Won 4 units on him, and that was amazing. I called it. I called the 3rd round submission. I knew that TJ Brown was not going to be able to just move around in that small cage and not grapple with Elkins, and Elkins was going to be the better wrestler and grappler there. So that was awesome hitting that. I hit Emily Ducote for plus 1 unit. She was on a parlay with Charez. Charez fell off, so obviously made a straight bet on her. And that was another thing that, I could have maybe won like 2.5 units had that not fell off. And my 3rd winning bet was Rodriguez over 2.5 rounds against Simone, and that was an excellent fight. I got plus 2 units on that. He had him in a couple really tight anacondas, but Simone got out, and it was just a really good fight between 2 really good prospects. I wish Rodriguez wouldn't have came in 5 pounds overweight, though, so... But my 2 losing bets, I lost 3.6 units on Jennifer Maia, and I thought that fight was close. I thought the first round was super close. I know Maia outlanded her by like 10 strikes, but man, it is what it is. Took the L there. If she would have won, I would have won 6.25 units on here, and then I would have won another probably 6 units on the layer cake parlay. But people were able to hedge on that and still win a couple units. I'm pretty sure not everybody did. I didn't hedge on it. But yeah, man, Maia, that was a super close fight. And then I lost on the Lisboa under 2.5 minus 3.2 units. All the stats, everything said that was going to go under. And I thought after the first round when Lisboa took her down and started beating her up that Oliveira was going to fold, and she didn't. She stayed tough, even though she got taken down right away in the 2nd round. She stayed safe and was able to survive. So it is what it is, man. 3-2 for plus 0.15 units. That brings my overall record to 285 and 202 for plus 104.1 units, and my 2023 record to 103 and 81 for plus 26.8 units. And I will take that. It's been a crazy year for MMA. I'm going to take that 26 units and I'm going to get it to at least 50 by the end of the year, and that's starting this week. I'm planning on having a really big week this week, and I got the bets and I got the info to back up these bets to prove it. So everybody, the Layer Cake Patreon, it's $10 a month. That's where you're going to get all my early bets. I beat so much line movement this week. I got a guy that's minus 140 now at plus 145. Put that in last week. The Layer Cake's eating every single one of my bets I have in this week. I beat good line movement on them, like every single one of them. So it's well worth it there. Plus, you're going to get my DraftKings lineup. You're going to get my Layer Cake parlay. You're going to get my 10 best bets in order of confidence. And then you're going to get all my extra content. Now they have like a Discord chat there, and we've been chatting on all that. And it's really worth it. So if you want to support the channel, you want to get the early picks, you want to get the picks that win money, there you go. Also, Layer Cake Discord, it's free. The description is going to be in the link. So is the Patreon's link will be in the description. The Layer Cake Discord, man, there's tons of people in there talking all kinds of sports. We talk on fight night. It's just a good time, man. It's a bunch of good people in there, good community, good energy, all that. So join up for that. Go in, talk with everybody. Have a great time. I want to give a shout out to my boy at Face Meet Fist, Dr. Sarowitz, man. He hooked me up with the gear, and I just want to give a shout out to him. If you go look at this stuff, it's really cool. I like these 3/4 sleeve shirts, man. I got all kinds of stadium jackets and stuff, and I wear them all the time, and it's really cool. I mean, this stuff's cool. And like I said, you're supporting the community by doing it, and by him helping me out, helping everybody out, he helps everybody out. So we're going to do a giveaway this week for UFC 294. And in the theme of Halloween, we're going to give away this large face meat fish shirt. And as you can see, it's got the pumpkin, got something punching through its head, man. And just really nice shirts. It's a large. They're really well-made shirts. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway for that. And then you're also going to get these. I said I'd do a big giveaway for $294. So whoever wins gets that shirt. You get this Sirogan green prism refractor rookie. You get a Umar Nurmagomedov rookie. And you're going to get this Hamza Chimaev card. That's short print numbered to 99. So you'll get them 3 cards in that shirt. As always, just go in the comments, put your best 3-fight parlay with, you can wait till the props come out, whatever. Put the 3-fight parlay, put what it pays, because if we have a tie, then it's going to go to whoever posted their comment first. But yeah, man, best 3-fight parlay, put the odds, put it in the comments, and you get a chance to win all that. I'll ship this stuff anywhere in the world. Real quick, before we get into the actual full breakdown, I want to do a quick recap with my dudes from the Layer Cake, what they did, what they won. We got my boy Luigi here, hit the 3-fight parlay with Emily Ducote, Terrence McKinney, round 1 KO, and Tanera Lisboa by submission or points. That was an excellent parlay. You see $10 hit 45 there. That's amazing. Right here, Vitek with TJ Brown versus Darren Elkins. He has Darren Elkins by 3rd round submission plus 2,000. What a call. $2.50 won $50. What a call. What a play. Cucumber, DRX, Don. This is my boy Don. He had Chris Gutierrez. Let's see. Oh, Terrence McKinney, and then Ravina Oliveira. He had Lisboa, 100, 275. Nice big bet on that, especially on a tough card. Kiwi Brew out here with the Darren Elkins submission round 3. Hitting big, $10 to win 230. Excellent call on that. Luigi said cashed out, but I still have the same play with Yanez by KO. Right here, look at this. Jonathan Martinez in round 2. That's a hell of a call right there. Epic King Bets. That's a hell of a call right there to call that in round 2. I did not see that coming. 10 got you back 100, man. Shout out to you. Kiwi Brew with the Darren Elkins round 3 submission and Darren Elkins by KO or submission. Look at that. Hit 2 bets. $10 to win 260, 20 to win 90. Excellent bets, Kiwi Brew. Where you get the tips for that? I would like the idea. That was a hell of a bet, man. Hell yeah. Christian Rodriguez right here, 35 to win 58. Nice, easy bet. We got Eric Chards right here. Let's see. Winner exact rounds. Barbosa by decision plus 900. 10 to win 90. Hell of a bet, Eric Chards, 138. Mark Frost, Edson Barbosa by decision, 10 to win 100. Look at these guys hitting these crazy bets right here. Edson Barbosa plus 1,500. Must have had like the odds boost. 5 paid 80. These are crazy hits. Max, my dude, Max, man. Michelle Piera, Jonathan Martinez, Edson Barbosa, Christian Rodriguez, 5 paid 60. Way to hit that poly me. That is an excellent hit right there. And last but not least, Kiwi Brew again with the hits. Sadiq Youssef, most knockdowns in round 1, which is an amazing call. And Christian Rodriguez, 10 to win 660. Shout out Kiwi Brew. You killed it. You completely killed that. So, I mean, like I said, people are giving out people give out good information in that Discord and Layer Cake Discord, and you should join it. Get the free picks, put yours in there. You could get read out on the show. So I appreciate everybody that comments and participates in that. And then last but not least, shout out to my new paintings. I got to get some more lighting because I had to move my desk a little farther back. But shout out to Shady, my boy Shady, for this Terminator painting. It fits in with everything else, man. I got all the new ones. You see, I got it's Rick James, bitch. I got the Homie Don't Play That. Got Doc Brown down there. Got a Big Worm up there. It's cool, man. I love this. I'm going to get some more lighting and everybody's going to be able to see it really, really good. So here we go, man. Let's get into this UFC 294 card, man. This is going to be a phenomenal card. Like I said, I'm planning on hitting the biggest card I've hit this whole year. So first fight on the card for me is in the men's featherweight division. We got Nathaniel Wood versus Mohammad Naimov. Nathaniel Wood is 19-5, currently sitting at -310. He's 5'6" with a 69-inch reach. Mohammad is 9-2, currently sitting at +250. He's 5'9" with a 70-inch reach. So you see Naimov's going to be 3 inches taller. Reach is about the same. Nathaniel Wood, man, I'm really impressed with him, especially since his move up to 145. He's so fast. He's got super technical striking. He's throwing phenomenal combos where he's coming up from the body to the head, back to the body. Phenomenal, powerful leg kicks. Excellent timing on his takedowns too. You seen against Charles Jourdain where he was able to land some takedowns. He was able to land takedowns against Andre Fili. He showed that against Fili that since he's coming up to 145, he's fighting way bigger guys, and he was able to hang with him. He dropped Fili. Fili dropped him. It was a close back and forth fight. And he was able to pull the win out there against a really solid guy. His win over Charles Jourdain is really solid. That gave me, I watched that fight. That gave me a lot of hope for this fight because Jourdain is as dangerous as they come on the feet, on the ground. And he was able to beat Jourdain in both areas of that fight. He's just a super technical dude. He's got excellent UFC experience. He used to fight at 135 since he came up to 145. He's looked phenomenal. He's durable. He's got excellent cardio. And he's just a super technical striker that's well-rounded everywhere. Naimov, man, you've seen him in his last fight. You've seen him against Jamie Malarkey where he came in on short notice, fought him up a weight class at 155, and was pretty much getting beat up, until Jamie Malarkey, like, shot a fake shot and then just, like, froze, and then he punched his face off. It was actually kind of funny unless you had a bet on him, which I did have a bet, and I still laughed because if I'm going to lose a bet, it might as well be something stupid like that. But other than that, man, he's had some pretty close fights. He's fought low level of competition. This Sitik Modov, that was actually a pretty good fight. That was another Dagestani guy, but that guy really only had grappling, and he was still able to drop him. You've seen him fight on the Contender Series against Colin Anglin, where they had a pretty good stand-up fight, and then Colin Anglin was able to start taking over with his grappling as the fight goes because Naimov slows down. But Naimov does have a decent kickboxing game. He's got powerful leg kicks. He's got a pretty good clinch with clinch knees, some wild spinning stuff. He's super tough, super durable, and he's got KO power. My problem with him is his cardio and his grappling game. Like we say, Colin Anglin was able to take him down and beat him up a little bit toward, in that third round of that fight. He's always backing up. He's got the suspect gas tank, and he's always only throwing power. Nathaniel Wood's going to be able to dodge that power here and use his technicality, his speed, and just his well-rounded game to beat up Naimov, man. This is a step back from Andre Fili and fights like that. So give me Nathaniel Wood, like I said, using speed, technicality, and just being tough and well-rounded and mixing in takedowns when he needs it and getting this win here. And I expect him to get the win by decision. Next fight is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Javid Bashrat versus Victor Henry. Bashrat is 14-0, currently sitting at minus 425. He's 28 years old, 5'9" with the 69-inch reach. Victor Henry is 23-6, currently sitting at plus 325. He's 5'7" with the 68-inch reach. This is going to be a banger, man. This is not going to be a domination by Bashrat. We got Javid Bashrat. This kid is good. The best thing about his game is his fight IQ. He's very patient. He has very good cardio, and he's very well-rounded. He has technical kickboxing that's excellent from either stance. He's constantly switching stances and feigning, and this throws his opponents off. He's got excellent offensive and defensive wrestling, and he's got excellent offensive and defensive BJJ. Excellent kicks, good boxing. I like his kicks a little better than his boxing, but he's not like a dude like Chris Gutierrez where he's going to be just kicking you and running. He's got the boxing like Jonathan Martinez to stand there and hit you with the kicks. His front kicks to the body and the face are phenomenal, man. He's very tough. He's got very good cardio, and he's very well-rounded. He's definitely a star to look forward to, man. Only 28 years old, undefeated. He's fighting a dude, though, in Victor Henry, who is a crazy man. He's so tough. He's so durable. The guy's got 29 fights. He's never been finished one time, and he's fought everywhere. He's fought on the tough Russian scene. He's fought Kyler Phillips outside the UFC, and he's had some pretty tough fights inside the UFC. Hani Barsolis, Rafael Senko, and Tony Gravely are three very tough fights to come into the UFC on and get. But, man, Victor Henry, he's fast. He's got excellent kickboxing. He throws crazy volumes. He's got good hands. He's got pretty good striking defense. Excellent offensive and defensive grappling. You've seen against Hani Barsolis, he stopped takedowns. You've seen against Tony Gravely, he was stopping takedowns there. He's got the smooth boxing, excellent forward pressure and pace, and he's just very tough, very well-rounded, excellent cardio, and excellent durability. Like, this is going to be a freaking dogfight. He's 36 years old. I'm going to give this to Javid Bashrat. He should not be minus 400 here against Victor Henry. He should get the win, but I guarantee this fight is going to be very, very close because, like, Bashrat's not going to be able to just go out and take Victor Henry down and hold him down. So this is going to be a striking match. Victor Henry does throw more volume than Bashrat, but Bashrat will be able to throw the volume with Henry when he's in there with a guy that throws a lot of volume. Excellent cardio. So I'm giving it to Javid. But this line's way off. Like, I don't really see Henry winning, but I'm telling you, it's going to be close. And like, Henry could win a round because he's just such a dog, and he's so technical and well-rounded. I like the over in this fight, but I can't wait to watch it. I like to watch all of Javid's fights because I want to see where this dude goes in his career. Next fight is in the men's 155-pound division. We have one second. We're Anshul Jubli versus Mike Breeden. Anshul Jubli is 7-0, currently sitting at -400. He's 28 years old. He's 6 foot with a 69-inch reach. Mike Money Breeden is 10-6, currently sitting at +310. He's 34 years old, 5'10 with a 70-inch reach. So you'll see Anshul will be 2 inches taller, but Breeden will have 1 inch of reach. Anshul Jubli, man, he looked good in his last fight, his first fight in the UFC when he fought Jekka. He was able to, eat some big shots on the feet, but he was able to get his wrestling going and get a win there. And then you see on his the rest of his fights, I mean, he has very low level competition, 4-0, 5-4, 2-0, 5-4, 2-2. Then he fought this guy that was 11-3, and he had a split decision, and that was his road to UFC win to get to the finals in the road to UFC. And if you watch that fight, man, he couldn't get the takedowns there because this guy was a wrestler. But that guy landed a couple takedowns. Anshul showed a pretty good get-up game until the third round where he was tired and kind of held down. But he has pretty good striking. He has good boxing, a nice 1-2, pretty decent power in his right hand, and he's got pretty good footwork with a nice straight right. He's tough. I don't think he's like if people are betting on him thinking that he's like some crazy wrestler, dude, he's not. I think he wanted to strike against Jekka, but Jekka was hitting him with some big shots, and then he got the grappling going. But the thing is Jekka has no grappling. He's an Asian fighter that's a Muay Thai fighter and very explosive, but just had no grappling game, no answer for the back takes, no answer for the takedowns, no nothing. He just laid there, he had no get-up game, and he ended up getting beat up and taken out, and it made Anshul look like a world beater, but I don't think that he is, man. He's okay. Like I said, if we look at his actual record of who he's fighting, he's got a lot of decisions. He's got 4 decisions and only 3 finish wins. Like, he's really not that dude that fought Jekka. Like, he's not going to do that to most people in the UFC is what I'm saying. But he's got decent boxing, decent wrestling. He's got a decent back take and decent jiu-jitsu, good ground and pound, and pretty good cardio. He showed good cardio against Jekka, but the fight before that, his cardio didn't look that phenomenal. Mike Money Breeden, he is 0-3 in the UFC, came in on short notice for his first fight and fought Alexander Hernandez, who's very explosive, very strong, and hit him with a big shot early on. Came back in his next fight, and that's what I want people to do here. When you watch this breakdown, if you don't like my breakdown on it, please, I encourage you to go watch Mike Breeden versus Natan Levy. Mike Breeden versus Natan Levy. Natan Levy had 9 takedowns with a total control time of 40 seconds. He had 6 takedowns with 30 seconds of control. So we know Natan Levy has good wrestling and he has good jiu-jitsu. That's how he wins most of his fights. So he was able to get Mike Breeden down, but he was not able to get no control time. And when they were striking, Mike Breeden was doing excellent, man. He has excellent combos. He has really powerful boxing. He has 8 knockouts in his 10 wins. And he works the body very well. He's got good offensive and defensive wrestling. He's got good power. He's got excellent cardio. The crazy thing is, if you go watch that fight, I had it 1-1 going into the third round. Mike Breeden was actually -120 going into the third round on live odds, and then he beat up Natan Levy the whole third round, won that round clearly, and they still gave a unanimous to Natan. So it's kind of crazy. But then he came out against Terrence McKinney and he got beat up. He got hit with the big punch and got finished. But that's Terrence McKinney. So this dude's he was 10-3, comes in, has 3 super hard fights. Natan Levy, then you go with Alexander Hernandez and Terrence McKinney. But Anshul is none of them guys. He might be as good as Natan Levy, but I don't think his wrestling's as good as Natan's, and I don't think his BJJ is as good as Natan's, and I don't think his striking is as good as Natan's, to be honest. And then you can't compare his explosiveness with like Alexander Hernandez and Terrence McKinney. So I'm telling people right now, dude, Mike Breeden, bet Mike Breeden. Dude, he should not be that big of an underdog to this dude. This dude's never beat nobody. Everybody's going off recency bias of seeing Anshul come out and grapple a dude that had no grappling experience. Please go watch Mike Breeden versus Natan Levy, and you will take that +310, +320, whatever he's at. I see him stopping all takedowns, and even if Anshul does take him down, I see him getting right back up. And in the striking, I think he's got way better striking. He's got good kicks, and I think that he throws with more power, and I think that he can hurt Anshul. And I think that if Anshul has to keep wrestling, and Breeden just keeps getting up, he's going to wear himself out just like Natan Levy, and Mike Breeden's going to take it to him. So Give me Mike Breeden, man, at that price. I know you see the 10-6 record. I know you see the knockouts, but that's not Anshul Jubli. He should not be minus 400 over anybody in the UFC because the duty B, Jekka Sergey, is not a UFC fighter. So that's why he beat him up like that. I'm telling you, I'm feeling Mike Breeden this week a lot. Next fight is in the men's 155-pound division. We got Mohammad Yahya versus Trevor Peek. Mohammad Yahya is 12-3, currently sitting at minus 105. 5'9" with a 73-inch reach. Trevor Peek, and you see he's fighting out of the United Arab Emirates where they are fighting at. Trevor Peek is 8-1, currently sitting at minus 115. 28 years old, 5'9" with a 70-inch reach. So you see they're the same height, but Yahya will have 3 inches of reach. So when I seen this line come out, you know, I was at the casino when it dropped, and I seen the name Mohammad Yahya. I'm like, man, this dude must be a freaking crazy Russian grappler, man. Why did they put Trevor Peek with the Russian grappler? Because I feel like they want to build Trevor Peek up. I feel like this kid's marketable. A lot of people like him. I like him. So I'm like, why are they giving him this Russian grappler or something? So then I go look, I dig in, and he's not a Russian grappler. He's actually United Arab Emirates, and he's from Abu Dhabi. Basically, he's a decent fighter. You know, he's 12-3, but if you go look into his record, man, it is terrible. 0-0-0 as amateur, but 1-0, 2-1, 4-2, lost to a 1-0 guy, 3-4, 4-5, fought a dude with the winning record, lost to him, 9-1. 4-4, 8-6, 3-0, lost to him. And then he's got these 5 wins in a row, right? But dude, if you dig into these guys, they are not good. Like, they're not good. If you go look at their record, this guy's 9-5. Let's see. This guy's 1-2. This dude was 7-2. Now he's 10-3. That guy's not so bad, I guess. Then you got this dude who is 8-8. And then he had a really tough fight with this dude right here. It's 5-4-1. You know, that was his last fight. And it went back and forth for the whole fight. I just did not see anywhere where I thought this dude was going to be able to hang with Trevor Peek. Like, he's got okay striking, but he's getting muscled and getting taken down in the fights that I seen. Actually, he's pretty much getting like muscled and beaten up in all the fights. And his wins are when he comes back later in the fights, like 4th or 5th round, when these dudes are getting tired. There's one in the 5th round. This fight was back and forth, man. He got beat the first 2 or 3 rounds of that fight. I swear it was that close. Yeah, man, I just wasn't high on him. I didn't see where he was good anywhere. I feel like he's getting this fight because he's a hometown boy, and I don't think like he's going to be a real UFC fighter. I did not see where he was great anywhere, good anywhere, any one thing that he was phenomenal at where you're like, he can do this. Trevor Peek, man, he's not the most technical guy, but he got crazy power. He's got crazy athleticism, powerful leg kicks, powerful punches, uppercuts, KO power in both hands. You've seen against Eric Gonzalez when he's hammer fisting him, like tomahawk chopping him in the air. He's super physically strong. He's a junkyard dog of the highest order. He's hitting power with everything. And even when he gets tired, he's fighting through it. Now, yes, his last fight, he lost to Chepe Mariscal. Problem is, Chepe Mariscal is a junkyard dog too, but he's a little more technical at this point. He's got the wrestling background. He has the judo background. So he was able, when Trevor was hitting him with big shots, he was able to land a couple takedowns and slow the pace down. And he ate some giant shots. Like, he delivered some giant shots to Trevor Peek, which shows you how durable Trevor Peek is. But Chepe was able to eat them big shots. Muhammad Yahya is not. Muhammad Yahya has 3 losses, and they're all finished losses. Trevor Peek is going to give him his 4th finished loss by KO within 1.5 rounds. This dude, Muhammad Yahya, is hittable, and I don't see where he's going to be able to. He can't take Trevor Peek down. He's not going to knock Trevor Peek out. Trevor Peek's getting this win. That's my 5-unit bet. I got him at plus 145. I put 2.5 units on him. I was at the casino when the lines dropped, putting in my other bets. I watched one fight of Yahya. I put 2.5 units on Peek at plus 145. I got home. I did a deep dive. By the time I got back 2 days later, he was minus 115. So I put another 2.5 units on it because I think that he's going to destroy this dude, to be honest. Next fight is in the men's middleweight division. We got Bruno Silva versus Shara Magomedov, man. And this is going to be a phenomenal fight. Bruno Silva, 23-9, currently sitting at plus 165. He's 34 years old, 6 foot with a 74-inch reach. Shara Bullet, I love that name, is 11-0. It's currently sitting at minus 200, 6'2" with a 74-inch reach. I've seen that doing tape study. They didn't have it listed here. Bruno Silva, man, Muay Thai dude, phenomenal striking, power in both hands, throws awesome, crazy looping punches, and then he can go straight with them too. Decent kicks, decent offensive and defensive wrestling. He's got phenomenal forward pressure. If he can get you on the ground, he's got crazy ground and pound. You can Wellington Terman will definitely tell you about that. But he throws reckless. He has no striking defense. He eats punches, and he's been getting beat up kind of lately. Alex Pereira, see, I think the thing is like Alex Pereira, he fought tough in that fight, and he went 3 hard rounds with him. But, dude, his brain got rocked like 8 times. And I think he took so much damage in that fight that it's just been showing in the rest of his fights. Jared Mearshart was able to use movement to avoid all his looping punches and just avoid them, and then hit him with little punches until he let Bruno Silva gas himself out, and he finished him. Against Brad Tavares, he did get that finish there, but Brad Tavares has no movement, stood right in front of him, and then just ended up catching the bigger shots. But I don't know if that fight should have been stopped at that point anyways, but he probably would have kept going and finished it. But I don't know. Tavares is one of the toughest dudes. And then Brendan Allen, man, he was hitting him with some big shots. Allen was hitting him with some big shots, let back. And then Allen was able to drop him with a big shot and then choke him out, which is kind of wild. You don't really want to be getting dropped and choked out by Brendan Allen, or at least dropped. If you're, a feared Muay Thai striker, you should just be getting taken down and choked out. But Allen was able to drop him and finish him. Allen couldn't even do that to Munoz. He did finish Munoz in the third, but it wasn't because he dropped him and finished him. But Shara Bullet Magomedov, man, this dude's first off, he looks crazy. He's missing an eye. He's got crazy hair, but this dude is the real deal. He's got phenomenal kickboxing, like excellent movement, excellent feints, excellent kicks. He throws more kicks than anything, but he's got phenomenal hands too. Like he's throwing power leg kicks with both legs, moving, switching stances, throwing power head kicks, power body kicks. He's got power elbows, stepping knees, excellent boxing. Power in his left hand, dude, like everything. Like he's finished 10 out of his 11 wins. And the one dude that he didn't finish, I watched this whole fight, this Russian dude that was 21-5, had never been finished. It was just as durable as they come, or had one finish loss way early right here in his career. But other than that, it's just been a durable dude. But if you look, Magomed, he's Shara, he's already fought in top level guys. He fought that dude that was 21-5 Russian, 16-4 Russian, 14-5, 9-2. He's just been fighting dudes all over the world. And then he's got Muay Thai experience, kickboxing experience. He's from Dagestan, so he's got the wrestling. He doesn't use offensive wrestling, but he's got good defensive wrestling. And you're not going to see him use offensive wrestling because he's trying to finish guys. He's got 5 years of age difference on him. He's got way less wear and tear on him. I like Shara here. I think Shara is going to be able to catch Bruno with some big shots and finish him. I think Bruno's going to be coming in, and that's exactly what Shara wants. He's a counter striker that hits with big shots, and he can knock you out with elbows, knees, punches, or kicks. I just think Bruno Silva's too reckless in this fight, and I do like Shara to get the knockout here. Next fight is in the women's strawweight division. We got Jinh Frey versus Viktoriia Dudakova. Jinh Frey is 11-9, currently sitting at plus 290. 38 years old, 5'3" with a 65-inch reach. So Viktoriia Dudakova is 7-0, looking like a young Shevchenko out here for sure. Same height and everything. 24 years old, 5'5" with a 67-inch reach. So you see, Dudakova is 14 years younger, 2 inches taller with 2 inches of reach. She literally leads in every single category you could ever want in attributes. Jinh Frey is a low output boxer, I would say. Southpaw boxer, she's got decent boxing. She's got okay offensive wrestling, okay defensive wrestling, decent leg kicks, decent straight and counter left. And other than that, she doesn't got much else. She's on a 3-fight losing streak. She lost to Elise Reed, Poliana Viana, and Vanessa Demopoulos. All girls that are not, very good. Demopoulos isn't bad, but they're not very good, and they're definitely not world beaters, and we're definitely not looking at any of them to be working their way up to a championship anytime soon. She's low output. She slows down bad. Jinh Frey has bad cardio, and she's 38 years old. Viktoriia Dudakova, I am very impressed with this girl, man. She's got phenomenal wrestling. She's big, strong, strawweight. She's got excellent BJJ. She's heavy on top. She's got excellent transitions. Her striking's good. She's able to throw good long punches. She's very athletic. She's very physical, and she's got phenomenal cardio, and she's got phenomenal toughness. I say this. We've seen the Estela Nunes fight. Obviously, just Estela trying to defend a quick takedown dislocated her elbow, so that was an easy win. But if you go back and watch the Contender Series fight with Dudakova, there was a very good win. Maria Silva is a very good fighter. She will be back in the UFC, I guarantee it. She's a very good fighter herself. She's got a win since that fight over a pretty good girl. And she's just good. She was well-rounded Brazilian fighter that was undefeated at the time, finishing girls. And Dudakova was able to take her down, beat her up, control the whole fight. And this was with she blew out her knee in the second round and still came out and won the third round as a plus 300 underdog or plus 200 underdog. She went into the fight as the big underdog. But Dudakova is very well-rounded for a young fighter. She's very physical. She's very strong. She shoots for takedown after takedown after takedown. Even if she gets put on her back, she has excellent jiu-jitsu. She has excellent sweeps. That's what she was able to do to Silva in the Contender Series a couple times. Because like I said, Silva's a beast. She's going to be back in the UFC. She's one of them tough-ass Brazilian girls that's going to be beating girls up. But that just shows you how good Dudakova is. I'm very high on Dudakova. She is better than Jinh Frey everywhere here. She's going to have the better, longer striking. She's going to have the better cardio, the better toughness, the better grappling. She's going to take Jinh Frey down. She's going to work Jinh Frey over, and she is going to give Jinh Frey, let's see, Jinh Frey has 4 finish losses, 1 submission, 3 TKO, and I'm going to say Dudakova gives her her 5th finish loss, and it is going to be by rear naked choke in that second or third round. And I'm very, very, very high on Dudakova this weekend. May have used her to anchor some stuff, couple fights. Next fight is in the men's middleweight division. We got man, they moved all these fights around. We got Cedric. Next fight is in the men's 185-pound division. We got Cedricus Dumas versus Abu Azaitar. Cedricus is 8-1, currently sitting at -170. 28 years old, 6'2", with a 79-inch reach. Abu is 14-3-1, currently sitting at +145. He's 37 years old, 5'9", with a 76-inch reach. So you see, SD Dumas has 9 years age advantage. He's going to have a 5-inch height advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage. So all the attributes go to Cedricus. Dumas, man, not very high on this guy. He's got long, powerful boxing. He's got very good kicks, long, fast, powerful kicks. To the a right head kick, his right body kick, and his right leg kick are phenomenal. Explosive and strong. Terrible fight IQ. Very inexperienced, low-level competition. I just don't think he's all that good. He came from a street fighting background, and I haven't seen much changing in that. Like last fight, he was able to beat Cody Brundage because Brundage came in on short notice and pulled guillotine every round, and then just let Cedricus lay on top of him. He didn't do anything the whole fight, and they just laid there, and it was a terrible fight. But that's Cody Brundage for you, you know what I mean? At least he didn't just give up and quit. But not very good anywhere, While you've seen against Josh Frim was able to outstrike him. Josh Frim was able to out-wrestle him, grapple him, and then choke him out. And Josh Frim, as we know, is not all that good. Abu Azaitar, man, this dude used to be good. He's only fought 1 time in the last 5 years. You see that? He's got 1 fight, and it was against Andre Barrio, and he was finished 4 seconds before the end of the third round. But that was a good back and forth fight, and he had his moments with Marc-Andre. The first and second round were very close. I thought he won the first round, second round was close, and then he just faded in that third round. But we know the pressure that Marc-Andre Barrio puts on people. That's a different story. What would Marc-Andre Barrio do to SD Dumas? You know what I mean? The thing is, like, not 1 fight in 5 years isn't good. He's 37 years old. He's got all the attributes against him. And I'm still going to pick him. I'm not going to bet him. He's +145, but dude, I think he's the better fighter everywhere. He's durable. I don't think SD goes out there and just knocks him out. Like I said, you've seen him go almost 15 minutes with Marc-Andre at a crazy ass pace. I like Abu here, man. I really do. I think he's the better fighter everywhere. They're fighting. I don't think they're flying out SD Dumas to Abu Dhabi to have him beat Azaitar, but you never know, But I like Azaitar. I like to pick the better fighter and not just the guy that, I don't see how, like, SD wins. He's not going to out wrestle Abu. He's not going to, like, the only way he wins is by knockout. Other than that, he's just so sloppy. But I would probably stay away from that. That fight has the most question marks of all the fights on this card. Next fight is in the men's flyweight division. We got Tim Elliott versus Mohammad Mokaev. And yeah, man, Mohammad Mokaev, man, I like you, bro. I don't know why you had to come at me all crazy on Twitter, call me stupid and stuff. But, man, I was just trying to figure out why you tapped. You clearly tapped. I was just trying to figure out why you tapped. I didn't think you tapped because of, like, something you was in. But it's all good, man. We can all get along. Timmy Elliott, man, coming in at 19-12-1. He's plus 370, man, which is crazy. 5'7" with a 66-inch reach. Mokaev is 9-0, currently sitting at -490. He's 23 years old, 5'7" with a 70-inch reach. So you see, Mokaev's got that long reach, 4-inch reach advantage, and he has a 13-year age advantage. Tim Elliott, man, you can describe this dude's style as funky. That's just what he does. He's got awkward striking that's super effective. He's throwing punches, kicks, knees from every angle that you can throw from. He's always moving. He's got the weirdest feints and movements, which is really good. Throws a ton of volume. He's got excellent offensive and defensive wrestling. You've seen against Tagir Ulanbekov, man. If you go watch that fight and you think that Mokaev should be minus 500 here, you're crazy, because that fight was only a year and a half ago. And in that fight, he was the one that was able to take Tagir down. He was the one that dropped Tagir, and he looked really good. And I'm going to be real. I think Tagir would beat Mokaev. I would take Tagir over Mokaev in a fight right now. That fight was very close. Tim used every cheating thing you could use, from grabbing a glove to illegal knees to down opponent to poking the eyes, ball kicks, whatever he could do. You know what I mean? He really was doing it. But that's good. He's tough. He's crafty, and he's a very experienced vet, man. He does have 5 losses though, 5 sub losses, and my problem is he slows down a little bit in the third, and he's 36 years old. But he'll cheat to win, and he'll fight for your money. But he looked good in his fight against Victor Altamirano after all the personal stuff in his life happened to come back, changed camps, go down, and then to come back and get that win. That was really good, and he looked good in it, But Mokaev and Altamirano are 2 different animals. Muhammad Mokaev, dude, if you look at him, man, what was he as an amateur? 23-0 as an amateur, and then as a pro, he's 9-0. Crazy, crazy, crazy good wrestling, dude. His wrestling is phenomenal. His jiu-jitsu is phenomenal. His striking's okay. His boxing's okay. He's got really good kicks. That's what I like about his striking game, is his decent kicks. He's got obviously a pretty decent flying knee. That's what he hit Cody Durden with. I would like to see a rematch of that fight, and without it finishing so quick, because I think that would be an excellent fight, and we'll probably get it in the future as long as they keep winning. The dude's got a phenomenal rear naked choke, and he's got a phenomenal guillotine. If you watch him fight, though, just he mixes his game in very well. When he doesn't like what's going on the feet, he's able to take it to the ground. He's got phenomenal control on the ground. You can tell he's very, very physically strong. The dude's good. He's well-rounded. He's only 23 years old. As soon as we can get, by the time he's like 26, his striking will probably be catching up with his grappling, and he's just going to be a well-rounded savage. But in this fight, see, I'm Blood Money MMA Bets. It's not a pick show. I'm a betting guy. I try to give you should leave here and feel better about your bets, and more than just like your Tapology picks. I'm saying the betting side on this fight is Tim Elliott, man. If you watch him fight Tagir Ulanbekov, this is going to be a close fight. Muhammad Mokaev is not going to come out here and just wrestle Tim Elliott down and hold him down for 3 rounds. That's not how it's going to go. Elliott has excellent wrestling for that division. Offensive, defensive, and if he gets taken down, he's got excellent scrambles. Go watch anybody take him down. Not too many people are taking him down and holding him down. In the 3rd round, you'll see like Mateus Nicolau hold him down in the 3rd round for dear life, but that was when Elliott slowed down a little bit. But I thought he was winning. I mean, that was 1-1 going into that fight with Mateus Nicolau. You go back and look at who Tim Elliott has fought, man. He's fought in everybody. Davison Figueiredo. He's fought in Demetrius Johnson, Aliskerov, Brandon Royval. He's fought Mateus Nicolau, who I thought he was winning in that fight till the 3rd round. Tagir Ulanbekov, he's got a win over. And like I said, I would take Tagir over Makhachev at this point. I think Makiev's a better, younger fighter, but with more upside. But Tim Elliott's like the better fighter at this point in his career. So, like I said, this is not a pick show. This is Blood Money MMA Bets. The bet should be Tim Elliott at plus 370. That line's disrespectful. That fight's going to play out super close. It's going to go to decision. Maybe you could look at the Tim Elliott the round thing where you get him with like, an extra round, because I think he wins that 1st round, 2nd round's close, and then 3rd round goes to Mokaev. That's what's going to keep me off of maybe betting it. But like I said, if you can get a dude that's plus 370 and you think it's going to be possibly 1-1 going into the 3rd, you need to take that. That's how you bet. That's the betting game. You got to play odds. Next fight is in the men's middleweight division. This is a replacement fight. We got Ikram Aliskerov versus Warrley Alves. Ikram was supposed to fight Nasruddin Imavov, but he had to pull out. So in comes Warrley Alves, up a weight class, fighting at 185. Ikram is 14-1, currently sitting at minus 500. 30 years old, 6 foot with a 76-inch reach. Warrley is 14-6, currently sitting at plus 400. 5'11" with a 72-inch reach. And like I said, you see he's used to fight at welterweight, so he's coming up a weight class. But I think Ikram should be a 170, or he's a chubby 185, man. And he fought Hamzat at 175, so it leads me to believe he can make 170. But yeah, you see Ikram, he's going to be 1 inch taller. He's going to have 4 inches of reach and just be the bigger guy. Ikram
Excellent wrestling, excellent jiu-jitsu, phenomenal Kimura. He's got 3 Kimuras in his career already, and 2 of them in the last 3 of them in the last 5 fights. You know, his wrestling's really good. Like I said, he's got body lock takedowns. He's got the good jiu-jitsu on top. He's constantly looking for submissions. He's got good ground and pound. His striking's good. I don't think it's as good as what it looked against Phil Hawes, to be honest. Like, it's good, but it's not great. Like, he's not throwing very, very many kicks. He can throw a fast head kick. He did catch Phil Hawes with that, but Phil Hawes was like getting in the zone. He has no striking defense or chin, you know what I mean? Just from getting hit so many times. But his striking is not all that great. I'm not that high on his striking as far as just like putting it together in combinations and looking crisp as hell. He does throw some power, and he's got a really nice 1-2. He's got a really strong clinch knees and decent head kick, man. But he's only 30 years old. I think he's in the wrong weight class, and he's kind of slow in his striking. Luckily, all that shouldn't really matter here against Warrley Alves, the 170er, because Warrley Alves, he's well-rounded. He's got a high-level jiu-jitsu black belt. He's got a guillotine choke over Colby Covington in the first round back in 2015. You know, gave Colby his first win. Was undefeated for a while. Was looking really good, but then, you know, had a tough run. Kind of has bad cardio. It looked a little better against Nicholas Dalby in that split decision, but he's kind of got bad cardio, and he's hittable, and, you know, he kind of gets finished in the second round a lot. If you look, you know, James Krause finished the second round. Randy Brown finished in the second round. Jeremiah Wells finished him in the second round. He threw them phenomenal body kicks on Munir Lazez and was able to get him out of there a couple years ago, which cost me a lot of money. But he is well-rounded. He has decent offensive and defensive wrestling, high-level black belt in BJJ, pretty good striking, but he's not very dangerous striking, and terrible gas tank and very hittable, and he can be finished in that second round after going hard in the first. So I'm going to take Ikram Aliskerov, and I'm going to take him by second round finish. I'm going to say by TKO, because I think that he's able to drop Warrley and just beat him up with ground and pound. Warrley's got pretty good defensive jiu-jitsu. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, 2 TKO, 1 submission. I'm going to take Ikram by TKO. I'm going to say Warrley before he gets submitted, turtles up and gets knocked out in that second round. But I doubt I'll be betting that fight just because the line already moves so much, and you know, I'm not going to just throw him in parlays for the fun of it. So next fight is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Saeed Nurmagomedov versus Muin Gafurav, and this is going to be an excellent fight. Saeed is 17-3, currently sitting at minus 230. He's 31 years old, 5'8", with the 70-inch reach. Muin is 18-5, currently sitting at plus 225, plus 200. He's 27 years old, 5'7" with the 68-inch reach. So you see Saeed is 4 years older, but he has 1 inch of height and 2 inches of reach. Saeed Nurmagomedov is a Dagestani fighter, but he's not the normal Dagestani fighter. This dude has phenomenal kickboxing with crazy striking. He's got really good hands. He's got really good spinning stuff. He's got excellent kicks. Dangerous BJJ. His guillotine, you seen that he got Kakramanov in, was sick. Cody Stamen in. Once he locks that in, man, it is in. His left hook and his left body kick are what's going to put you out. That's where he's got all the power, dropping people. You've seen it with Mark Striegel. You know, not the greatest win, but still a great win. Body kick to Ricardo Ramos put him out. And just the overall great fighter. He's got awesome offensive and defensive grappling and good BJJ. My only thing is he slows a little bit as the fight goes, but he's very tough, very durable. He's never been finished, so he's not gassing out and giving up. But he does go hard in that first round looking for the finish. Muin Gafurav, man, I was actually pretty high on this guy in a loss last time to John Castaneda. He showed very good toughness. You know, he fought with a ton of heart. He was able to land some pretty good shots. He went off in the second round and through after he got kicked in the nuts or headbutted or something. I can't remember right now. And then the ref told him to keep going, you know, and he got pissed because Castaneda, you know, didn't acknowledge it. So he went nuts for like 2.5 minutes just throwing crazy strikes. And he did pretty good against Castaneda, who I'm pretty high on, man. He's got really good kickboxing, KO power in his right hand. He's never been finished. He's finished 17 of his 18 fights. So he's super durable, and he's an excellent finisher. But you see his losses are when he cannot finish the guy and goes to decision is when he's getting, you know, his losses. He's never been finished. He's a very tough dude. In this fight, I'm going to take Saeed just because I like his size advantage. I like his movement and speed. He picks his shots way better than Muin. Muin's just a very tough guy that comes forward and throws a lot of hard power shots. But give me Saeed, but I'm not as comfortable as most because Saeed slows down after that first round, and that second and third round could get very, very interesting here, especially with Muin on a full camp. You know, I think this could get close. So give me Saeed, but I'm not going to have him in no bets. I like the over in that fight, though, because I think both dudes are super durable and should be able to last that whole fight. fight. Next fight is in the men's light heavyweight division. We got Magomed Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker, and this is going to be an excellent fight. Ankalaev is 18-1-1, currently sitting at -345. He's 31 years old, 6'3", with the 75-inch reach. Johnny Walker is 21-7, 31. It's currently sitting at +270, 31 years old, 6'6", with the 82-inch reach. So you see, Magomed Ankalaev is going to be have a 3-inch height disadvantage and a 7-inch reach disadvantage. So Johnny Walker is just a huge man, 6'6", 82-inch reach. Magomed Ankalaev, last time we seen him, he's fighting for the light heavyweight championship, and it was a draw for a vacant belt. So he was not able to get that, and he hasn't fought in a little while. You know, it's been almost a year. Blachowicz has already fought, months ago since then, so I'm not really sure why he was out so long. But this dude's a phenomenal, well-rounded fighter. He's a kickboxer. He's another Dagestani guy that's not an offensive wrestler to begin with. He's a kickboxer, and then he can use his wrestling if he needs to. But this dude's southpaw kickboxing, very accurate. He's got good forward pressure with feints, constant good movement, awesome leg kicks and body kicks, super powerful, excellent defensive and offensive wrestling. Like I said, you've seen him use it against Blachowicz when his legs started getting blown out in that fight. He's got pretty good boxing. He's got good power, but his kicks are definitely better. Like, he throws a lot more kicks, and they're a lot more powerful and accurate. Fast, excellent fight IQ, phenomenal cardio, excellent toughness. 4 of his last fights, though, man, all went to decision. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 went to decision. And he's low output. He just waits to snipe perfect shots. And some of his fights can be boring, but he's just a very well-rounded dude that's has very good fight IQ and does what he needs to win the fights. Then you got Johnny Walker, who used to be a wild madman, just coming out throwing crazy spinning elbows and jump knees and all this crazy stuff. And then he started getting knocked out and started getting beat, and he's tightened his game up, man. His defense is looking better. He's fighting way more smart with way more fight IQ for as much as that he can have, but he's got powerful, explosive kickboxing. Like I said, the dude is gigantic, man. Nice long front kicks up the middle, straight to the body, to the face, with a ton of power, man, and they're very accurate and from far away. You've seen he was able to get Paul Craig out of there when he reached down to get the single leg. He just standing hammer-fisted him to sleep. Ian Cutelaba, he was getting taken down. He showed a good grappling game there, was able to reverse and choke him out. Got knocked out against Jamal Hill. You'll have that. Had that boring fight with Thiago Santos. But I think after the Jamal Hill fights, when he started to smarten up, like, look, man, I gotta take this serious and stop getting hit so much. And since then he has, and he's had a little bit of step down in competition. He did look good against Anthony Smith in his last fight, which was a really, really good look. He's good, man. He's phenomenal. And when he takes his time and don't get ridiculous, he's a very good fighter. This is going to be a low output striking match. Mark my words. And I like Ankalaev to win this fight by decision, man. I think that he's able to just keep the range. Both these guys fight slow, because Johnny Walker, that's how he's been fighting, man, lately. If you go look at his fights with Anthony Smith, when he's fighting somebody dangerous standing, he takes his time. With Anthony Smith, decision. Jamal Hill, like I said, got him, but Thiago Santos, decision. Nikita Krylov, decision. Ryan Spann fights like a madman. That's why they got over early. But all the rest of them, in Cutelaba fights like a madman. And Paul Craig. But when he gets another cerebral fighter out there, he doesn't go crazy and leave himself open to get finished quick like he used to. So give me Ankalaev, and give me Ankalaev by decision. But if Johnny Walker hits him with some crazy stuff, man, we can't be mad about it, because we know what we're getting ourselves into. Next fight is the co-main event. We got Kamaru Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev, the replacement fight that nobody asked for, but we all wanted and needed, man. This is phenomenal. Kamaru Usman is 20-3, currently sitting at +235, 36 years old, 6 foot with the 76-inch reach. Khamzat is 12-0, currently sitting at -290, 6'2" with the 75-inch reach. So you see, Kamaru is 7 years older. He's got 2-inch height disadvantage, but a 1-inch reach advantage. Kamaru Usman, what's there to say about this dude? Very, very well-rounded, was one of the GOATs at welterweight, probably the second best welterweight ever. I mean, people's going to argue he might have been better in St. Pierre if they fought, but well, it is what it is, But Kamaru Usman is just such a savage, dude. He's got excellent boxing. His jab is phenomenal. You've seen against Gilbert Burns. You've seen against Colby Covington, a couple other fighters where they just stood on the feet, man. He was able to piece him up with that jab. Got the powerful 1-2. That's what he hit Masvidal with, man, and just put him to sleep. Really good boxing, really good jab. His wrestling obviously is top notch, offensive. We haven't seen too much of his defensive wrestling. He's fought 50 minutes with Colby Covington, and they barely even shot any shots on each other. I don't even know if they did. I know Colby landed like a takedown, but they didn't count it as a takedown. It's like 1 second. So that is what it is. And then Leon Edwards landed that reverse takedown on him in the first fight. And then Gilbert Burns tried a couple after he started getting pieced up, but could not land on him. That's all I could find on people trying to wrestle him. So he's got excellent offensive and defensive wrestling, good striking. He doesn't throw many kicks, but he's got good boxing. Nice long punches, man. That 76-inch reach advantage is nice. But he's 36 years old, man. I feel like he's been slowing down as the fight goes. Even in that 5th round with Leon in the 4th, from all that grappling, it just seemed like he slowed down. He couldn't get the takedowns. Now he had to strike with him, and he got beat up. And then the second fight, it was really, really, really close. And Leon Edwards, if they didn't take that point from him, would have won it clearly. So that it just seems like Kamaru's slowing down. He's just not, the same dude at 36 as he was when he was 32 years old out here fighting Covington and fighting Woodley and all them dudes. And his striking is just I don't like the speed of his striking in this match. Like when I watched him fight Gilbert Burns, man, Gilbert Burns in that first round was hitting him with them big ass shots and then almost finished him. And I think kind of blew his wad because in the second round, Kamaru just hit him with them jabs and Gilbert just was not the same guy and just, kept getting jab till he finally fell. Khamzat Chimaev, man, it's hard to tell, hard to make out what this dude is because his fights are just crazy and either super fast or just one crazy ass war. So you've seen all of his fights when he came into the UFC. John Phillips, Reese McKee, he was able to just take them down and dominate them, And then he fought Gerard Mearshart, hit him with the first right cross, put him out in 17 seconds, killed Jing Liang Li, where he just carried him across the ring and ended up rear naked choking him 3 minutes in. And then since then, he had that war with Gilbert Burns, which was, kind of telling. And then he had that Darce choke with Kevin Holland. So he comes out like a madman, dude, tries to take you down and tries to finish you. And if he can't, then he'll change the game plan and just strike with you the whole fight. That's what he did with Gilbert Burns. Kevin Holland, he was able to come out, take him down, and then Darce him, did the same thing with all the other guys, except, like I said, Mearshart were hit him with that big right cross. But with Gilbert Burns, man, he came out, took Gilbert Burns down, but couldn't get no control because Gilbert Burns excellent offensive, defensive wrestling, and then he's like world-class BJJ. So he couldn't get any control. Gilbert Burns is throwing up arm bars, throwing up triangles. So eventually, about 2 minutes in the fight, Khamzat just stands up, lets Burns up, and then they just strike the rest of the fight. And from there, Khamzat has phenomenal boxing. He really does. He can switch stances. He strikes good out of the southpaw stance, but he's a switch stance striker. Excellent forward pressure. He's got really fast hands, like faster than I want to give him credit for, but he's got good boxing with excellent power. He hit Burns with some really big shots. Him himself, though, he's hittable, man. He's very, very hittable. It looked like he slowed down against Burns towards the middle of that second round, and that fight's crazy because Burns won the second round by dropping Khamzat, and getting a couple really good advantageous spots in that second round. And then the third round was super close. Like I kind of thought that, if you rewatch it, that's a very close fight. And they just gave a unanimous decision to Khamzat. But I don't know, man. Super close. But this fight is going to be so good because they're both well-rounded. I don't think either one of them is going to be able to get the wrestling going. I really don't think Chimaev is just going to come out and be able to goon Usman. Like, even if he comes out, lands a takedown, Usman's going to work himself up. And then from there, they're going to have to strike, And, man, dude, like I think the line's off on this. It should be a little more closer to a pick 'em because Kamaru Usman's probably already training for a fight, stays ready, trains in elevation, is going to have good cardio. In this fight, I just like Khamzat with the speed advantage and possibly the size advantage. So give me Khamzat Chimaev. I'm going to say by decision. I'm going to say he lands the bigger shots on Usman, but it's not like Usman's like chinny or none. The only time he's ever even been dropped was when he got hit with that head kick. So I think that this is a back and forth war that goes to decision. It's probably like some grimy 29-28 or even split. I do not think Chimaev runs through Usman. Like Usman, when he was champ, was talking about going up to 205 and fighting Jan Blachowicz. So he's not scared to fight these bigger dudes. And he's a big dude himself. He's 6 foot with the 76-inch reach. That's not a bad look for middleweight. But yeah, give me Chimaev by decision, but not super confident. I think it's going to be close. Main event time. We got Islam Makhachev versus Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski 2. Man, this is going to be such a good fight. We got Islam's 24-1, currently sitting at -230. He's 31 years old, 5'10" with a 70.5-inch reach. Alexander the Great Volkanovski is 26-2, currently sitting at +185. 5'6" with a 71.5-inch reach. And Islam Makhachev is the, you know, reigning lightweight king. He's hasn't done much work in the lightweight division outside of, you know, winning the title over Oliveira. But before that, it was like Bobby Green, Dan Hooker, Thiago Moises, Dober, and them. I love that win over Volkanovski, the last one at 145. I rewatched the fight. I thought Makhachev clearly won like 3-2, maybe even 4-1, honestly, after rewatching it. It was very close. The only clear round for Volk was round 5. Even when Volk dropped him in the one round, Islam in the second, I believe it was, Islam rocked him too. So it was like, it was very close, man. But it was an excellent fight, one of the best fights you're ever going to see as far as a technical scrap. But Islam, man, phenomenal wrestling. He's wanting to body lock you and take you down. He's got excellent BJJ, takes your back. He can choke you out. He can Kimura you like he did Dan Hooker. Ground and pound you out like he did Bobby Green. Rear naked like he did Thiago Moises, man. He's just very, very, very well-rounded. He's got, like, this is what shocked me in the Oliveira fight is we didn't know how good Islam's striking was until that fight. But his southpaw kickboxing is phenomenal. He's got power in his left hand. He's got excellent head kicks. He hit Charles Oliveira, dropped him with the right hook when Oliveira did that lazy jump knee, but dropped him with that right hook and also hit him with a nice head kick and hit Volkanovski with a nice head kick in that last fight when he rocked him in the, I believe it's the second round. He hit him with a big shot, and then hit him with a headshot right after that. But excellent body lock and hip toss takedowns, excellent BJJ and ground and pound. Power straight left hand, nice left head kick, and just very well rounded, very tough, very good cardio, and as a dog, you know, you seen with Volkanovski tried everything he could with Makhachev to get that win, and Makhachev went with him anywhere the fight went, including toughness, cardio, skill for skill. He's just a little bit bigger and a little bit better. But, man, Volkanovski's one of my favorite fighters of all time, dude. I love this dude. He's so fucking tough. Awesome switch stance striking. His movement is crazy. Some of the best boxing and movement and MMA's ever had, man. He just fools dudes and then hits them, lights them up. His last fight against Yahya, right hook, the ground and pound strike, and he dominated him the whole fight. Like, he's already cleaned out 145, except for Elliot. That's why he's coming up doing this 155 stuff. But very well-rounded. His boxing is elite. He's got awesome defensive and offensive wrestling, awesome defensive and offensive BJJ. You see him in the last fight, even when he was taken down by Islam, he worked his way up really quick. The only time Islam got him down and took his back was when Volkanovski kind of started arguing with, like, saying stuff, talking. They were on his back. He was on all fours, and instead of like standing up, staying safe, he crawled across the cage to get up, and that's when Islam was able to actually sink the hooks in. But Volkanovski was talking crap with Islam's corner with Khabib and them while he was doing it. So I think he just had a lapse in judgment there. But phenomenal everywhere, super tough, super durable, some of the best cardio in the world. I like his scrambles. I like the way he mixes it up on his feet, switching stances. He works the body well. He comes upstairs well, and he takes a hell of a shot because Islam hit him with some big shots. He hit Islam with some big shots in their fight. I think this fight's going to be the exact same, man. Super back and forth everywhere. The problem is I think that Islam hits harder, and Islam's bigger, and Islam's got the grappling advantage. So I got Islam to win this fight. I got Islam to win this fight by decision. I think it goes over. I think it goes to decision. I think it looks a lot like last fight where they just have tons of phenomenal striking exchanges, tons of phenomenal scrambles, and they really just get into it and have a phenomenal fight, man. And the fans are going to be the ones that are really going to win in this situation. And then we'll see where it goes from there and see what fights to make after that. Appreciate everybody joining me, hanging out on this card. Like I said, leave your 3 best fights to be a 3-fight parlay with the odds to get into the competition to win this shirt and these 3 cards. Appreciate everybody for hanging out. Good luck this weekend. We will see you Wednesday night this week and Friday night with me and Johnny K. Good luck, everybody.